Rock and roll Chicago. Rock and roll Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock your city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best year I'm around.
Hey, this is Paul Martin
And Ray the Roadie.
for the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. We're back here at the studio again,
Back
right?
here at the studio. It's starting to feel like home again.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. It's very nice to be here.
I'm thinking about bringing a recliner in and just putting it in the corner.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just kick back when the guests come in.
Maybe a couch I could lay down.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a new couch. Maybe I could bring that up.
We could analyze people. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we're being analyzed all the time, right?
I'm sure we are.
So who are we speaking with today?
We're going to that country rock and roll twist again this week
That's cool.
with Ashley Victoria.
Ashley Victoria, yes, indeed. She's been singing for a while, but she's got a couple of her own songs out now, a couple of her own videos, which are very well done.
Very well. And she played with a bunch of other bands, which you'll find out about in the interview. And now she has her own band.
Yes, yes, she does. And so we talk with her and we talk with Barry, her drummer, and had a fun time with them.
Yes, we did. Let's go check out what they had to say.
Let's do it. Hey, everyone. Today we're meeting with Ashley Victoria and her drummer, Barry.
Yes.
How are you, Ashley?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, Barry. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Great.
Good to see you guys.
Great. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, of course. Thanks for having us.
No problem. So tell us a little bit about, first tell us about your band.
My band we do country rock, original music, as well as some covers. We've been together for going on 4 years now.
So how did you get started in business?
I got started in the business because of my drummer, Barry, over here. He's actually my dad as well.
Okay.
I grew up with him being in bands and him touring and doing all that. So seeing him doing it growing up, it flipped a switch a little bit, made me want to do it.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing it?
I've been singing since I was about 6 or 7, but I've only just been singing in live bands for maybe 8 years now.
Why country music?
I just love country music. It tells a story that, it touches people in different ways. Plus, it's not just straight country anymore. It's country rock. It's country pop. They have rap and country music now, which I'm like, about, but.
Yeah, I was wondering when rap and country collided. I don't know when that happened.
Yeah, I want to say probably within the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
Since I've noticed it anyway.
Right.
There's a word for that.
There is? There's a word for that? What's that?
You combine country and rap?
Oh, it's called, I get it. So now what kind of music did you play, Barry? You said you were on tour and whatever?
Yeah, it was mainly progressive music.
Okay. By progressive, you mean like what who would we be familiar with that you might?
A lot of progressive influences, stuff like Dream Theater, bands like that. And it was just, it was totally out of my genre to be doing country music.
Right.
And like I said, when she was little, I did that little tug on my leg. Daddy, I want to do this. I'm like, no, you don't. And it was the persistence. And I'm not your typical dad. How can I say? I wouldn't say no. I just wanted to see her enthusiasm. I wanted to see her drive. I wanted to see what she wanted to do. And her drive was just overwhelming, and I couldn't say no anymore. And I had to just let her be her and see how she just blended into the scene. And she's like a natural performer. It was just because she was my daughter doesn't mean she was good.
Right.
So, she had to prove herself to everybody. So.
I was terrified to sing in front of him as a kid. Every time I compare him to anybody, it's always Simon Cowell in the early days of American Idol. That was him.
So now you're doing country music. Now you said you write some of your own stuff, right? Do you write it yourself?
Yeah, we write, the whole band writes together.
Okay. And who else is in the band? What other instruments do you have, first of all?
We have 2 guitar players. We have a keyboard player. We have a bass player. Sometimes we have a pedal steel player.
Okay. So anybody we might know who Give us some names.
We got Richie Pollack. We got Eric Case. We got Mike. I'm not even going to try to say his last name.
We call him Mike G.
Mike G. Okay. And that's it. That's everybody.
And Boyan Kowaleski. I do believe that's how you say his last name.
Yes.
So tell us about your latest hit, your latest single.
My latest single is called Gasoline and Whiskey.
Right.
It's just about, not needing anybody. You can do everything for yourself. And of course, the cars and the whiskey, not together. You don't want to drink and drive,
No.
But, I love race cars. Obviously, everybody knows I love whiskey. So, just felt like the perfect fit when we were coming up with the lyrics for it.
You know when I go around, there's a check engine light on the dashboard of my car. I might be pretty, but I ain't from the city, just a country girl driving far. But I ain't worried 'cause I ain't in a hurry. I ain't scared to get country dirty. Got my tools in the back and a bottle of Jack. Gotta get this truck fixed fast. Gasoline and whiskey, that's just the thing I need. The minute it starts pouring, you'll watch me turn away, and I'll make you miss me. Yeah, you'll miss me. With gasoline and whiskey.
I see. So, who are some of your influences?
Oh man. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, Haley Williams from Paramore, Carrie Underwood, Miranda Lambert, Taylor Dane, believe it or not.
Yeah, I was just saying Miranda Lambert. I heard Miranda Lambert in your song when I listened to it.
Yeah, I get that a lot actually.
Yeah. And then you do some cover stuff too, right?
Yes.
Like some of their stuff.
Oh, yeah,
you mentioned.
Yeah. Only one from that list that we don't do is Taylor Dane, but we also do some Journey. We do some Toto, as well as the typical top 40s country cover songs.
You guys apparently weren't touring or anything last year, were you?
No, we weren't.
So would you spend the time writing that during that, hiatus or?
Well, fortunately, it was like in a perfect time where, we started writing, but there was a cleaning house of band members. We felt that, there were things that just weren't fitting. Attitudes were totally different, and they wanted to go in different directions. And we're like, this is the most opportune time to try to, get the right people that would fit the situation. And it fell into place so perfectly. And the people that we have now surrounding us, it's just, I couldn't ask for a better bunch of, musicians. Richie's been with us from the beginning. Everybody else is just phenomenal people. Mm-hmm. And they've been in the business for a while too. So
have you guys played anything this year so far? Or?
Yeah, we've done a few shows. It's kind of hard now to pick up these shows because a lot of these clubs are picking up the bands that they had to cancel on.
Yeah, from last year.
Right. So to try to weave into some of these places is getting kind of hard. But yeah, we have a few shows lined up now. She'll tell you the dates and stuff, plug that or whatever, but it's not as much as we would like right now.
So you're not just doing country places.
No, because you've obviously heard her songs. Right. Okay. And it's got a rock edge to it, and it's a little filtering in of country music. It's so what we're trying to do is we take those cover songs. We try to play them as true as, you should, to where people would recognize these songs. Mm-hmm. But we put Ashley Victoria into it. Okay. So there isn't such a separation of, oh my God, they're playing this country song. And then they go and they play their original songs, and it's two different genres of music. You try to blend them both together where they're they really put a twist on that song. Okay. Man, so everything goes together in a nice package. Mm-hmm. It's on the edgier side, it's not as laid back country. Right. It's got a rock edge to it. It's kind of neat. It's interesting. It's a different spin on and perspective on the music.
Now you also said that you also told us beforehand that you also manage a band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can imagine it's kind of tough right now. Like you said, booking the band.
Right. And like I said, there's a lot of people that I've tried to get in contact with, and it's just, they're booked. The downside of it is I'm getting hit up with a lot of promoters, like booking agents.
Right.
And with their stipulations, I can't do it. You know, it's like the rules and regulations have changed for some reason, and the way they want to work and operate, I can't do it. So
How so? What do you mean?
They're dictating when, how the shows will be performed. They're talking the COVID restrictions, and as far as like vaccination information and all of that stuff. And I'm like, it's just not happening.
Right.
We understand.
Well, there's HIPAA laws against that, isn't there?
Yeah.
There would be. Yeah.
It gets, it just gets crazy.
Yeah.
Well, everything's open 100% now.
Right. And that's why I don't understand, these stipulations that they're trying, without giving names.
Right.
So who does your videos? I noticed you've got a couple videos.
Yes. So the guy who shot our first music video also shot our second music video.
How many do you have? No.
We have 2 music videos out.
Okay.
But we have a couple live performance videos as well on YouTube.
Right. But who did? Because it looked pretty good with the old truck pulling up and the old Ford truck. It looked pretty good,
Thank you.
Yeah. And who comes up with the concept?
Me and him do. Me and Barry do.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin from Create with Canvas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because he did a nice job on it. I thought it was really good.
Oh, yeah. He did an amazing job. From the first video to the second video, he even told us, he goes, I'm so excited. I upgraded all my equipment and all that. So we were very excited too.
And you were cold.
Oh, I froze so bad.
Oh, yeah.
So where we filmed at Great Lakes Dragway is in the middle of a field.
Right.
So it was, when did we shoot that? Like end of September, October? Yeah. Y'all have seen what I wear on stage. So I had like a little crop top on, the leather looking pants. I froze. The wind, I was like, all right, I had to like hype myself up to be able to do the shoot. Cause I was like, I gotta stay warm. On top of me wearing heels, which I look like a baby deer trying to walk for the first time in those. So all of that, I'm sure Kevin has a snap of me almost falling because I almost did at one point. So
you drove the truck up there too, right?
I put an ad out on Facebook. If anyone was interested in bringing their cars up to the dragway, they're more than welcome to come by. And, we had a lot of cool people that were able to come up and bring their cars. And he was, nice enough to let me drive his truck.
That's very cool. Yeah, it was very cool. It was a nice old truck too.
Oh, I loved it. I was so nervous to drive it. Like, obviously I know how to drive, but driving somebody else's really nice truck, I was like, I don't want to ruin anything.
Somebody else's baby, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you said that you started singing at an early age, right?
Yes.
Did you do any contests or anything like that? Or did you get into any kind of mode where you sang maybe church or sang at school or something? I
sang at church a little bit growing up. And then once I got into middle school, I was introduced to show choir. So that's basically a 20-minute mini musical, if you want to call it. So you do 5 singing and dancing songs and you go across the country and you compete in competitions.
Oh, okay.
So I did that throughout all 4 years of high school. I was actually the first female ever to make both the guys and girls group and the all female group. So that was really cool.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I did solo competitions throughout that. And then I didn't really think too much about singing. After that, I went to school to be a vet tech for a little while. That didn't work out. And then I started doing karaoke, and which led me to doing a competition. And the cover band that I sang for a while, they saw me through that, and that's where it started.
Who was that?
The cover band? It was Hillbilly Rockstars.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. We've talked with them.
I still fill in for them here and there.
Oh, okay. Right.
What do you got coming up, tour wise right now? Do you have
we have a show, June 26th. It is Mission One's Veterans of Valor. So it's an amazing event. 100% of the proceeds go towards the veterans of that area. So the show will be in Crown Point, Indiana. It's an all-day event. They do a huge motorcycle run in the morning. They come back. They have vendors. They have giveaways. They have, obviously, I think 5 live bands.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 live bands. And then we play from 8 to 10.
Was it is it at the park there at the big
Bulldog Park, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The thing is with that is Johnny Boersma, who is president, CEO, creator of Mission One, is just the organization and what he does for first responders and for veterans is like unsurpassed. It's because I get to see it firsthand. I get to see what he's doing, and it's just, he asked when we first met him a couple of years ago, he said, would you be interested in playing? And I'm like, yeah, it'd be cool, whatever. Yeah. Then after getting my feet wet in his organization, it's like, I have to do this.
Are you a veteran?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm not. And it's for free. I mean, I'll play for free all day long for this, because everything is 100% given to these veterans, and from fixing their homes to getting them vehicles, to aiding their families. What was that? Grocery. I mean, everything. And he's posting it every day. He's throwing out information. Anybody who can help, please come here. He gives out all the information. It's so open and transparent. How can you not help this?
That's June 26th?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Do you have a website or something we could?
Yeah, I'll share that with you.
Okay.
Definitely. And she's talking.
Okay.
While Barry looks at his phone, we pause for this message. So is that all you got coming up right now, or you got something beyond that?
Private events.
Yeah, we got a couple private events coming up.
Okay.
Yes, that is November. Now I got to look in my phone.
Well, we'll promote your website and you have a website?
I do. It's ashleyvictoriaband.com.
Okay. And Facebook, sure it'll be all over Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. You can find me at Ashley Victoria Music. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, all the social media things.
Right. So Barry, what bands did you play with that we may know? Well,
I played in a band a long time ago. It was called Lydian C. It was one of the founding members. It was a local band, and like I said, it was very progressive. It was. Right. It tried to play as much as we could, as many places as we could. It was a totally 180 of what we're doing today, and I must say, being a progressive drummer, coming into a world of country music, I think this is harder.
Really?
I honestly think that, I should say it is harder.
Really?
You would think.
In what way?
Well, you would think with all the intricacies and, the syncopation and all, the off time, everything, and then it's just the feel of country music. It's so expressive, like she said earlier. It's that you just can't be a drummer when you're playing country music. I mean, you have to be a musician. Not taking anything away from being a progressive musician or a drummer. Right. It's just, there's, like I say, there's so much feel. There's so much, that accentuality, if there's a word for it, that's a word for it. Right. It's, you are being a drummer and, thinking you're the foundation of a band. I mean, now it's really important.
The backbone, right?
Yeah, it's really a big backbone because you are really driving that feel, more than, a rock situation.
Well, I always say this, the drummer drives the bus. He's the guy driving the bus,
Well, sometimes he drives himself, crazy.
As long as he doesn't fall asleep behind the wheel, right?
Right.
So now getting back to writing your own material. Now, do you play an instrument at all or no?
I don't.
No? Okay. So you come up with the lyrics, or you come up with the melody in your head and express that to the other guys? Or how does it work?
I usually come up with, I'll have like a line or two of something that just comes into my head.
Right.
And they'll just play whatever they've come up with melody wise for songs. And I'll go through my line of, my whole list of one-liners, two-liners that I have, and I'll be like, oh, this would be pretty cool. And then I kind of go off of that.
Do you get a melody in your head when you get those lines, or what? Because sometimes, I mean, I know I do the same thing, and all of a sudden I forgot a melody, you know. But then I'm trying to transform it to guitar. I imagine it's even tougher trying to tell somebody else.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I'm one of those weird ones that I'll come up with a line that I think is cool, or I'll hear someone say something and I'm like, oh, that would sound really cool in a song.
Right.
And then I just kind of go off of that.
And it's not all about pickup trucks and dogs dying and stuff.
No, it's not. Definitely not.
I'm kidding. But I would just say that because I know I play guitar and transforming it, my own ideas to a guitar, I imagine it would be tough trying to transform or tell somebody else a melody line or something that you're.
Yeah.
That,
I'm around a bunch of seasoned musicians, so that makes it a lot easier for me because a lot of them have been writing for a while.
Right.
Already. So they know the gist of how it works. And I'm new to it. I didn't start writing until I started trying to create this band.
Right.
So
how did you find all the guys in the band? Did they find you or what?
So we've known Richie for a long time.
And that's Rich who?
Richie Pollack.
And he plays guitar?
Bass.
Oh, he's bass player.
Guitar. Yep.
Okay.
And then the other guys we found either from word of mouth, and we found Eric. Eric found us through Facebook.
I had put an ad out in a musician's website, to find musicians, and I totally forgot about it. This was like three years ago. And all of a sudden I get a text after we got rid of the other guitar players, right? We're looking for guitar players. You can't find them. Yet there's a million of them, right?
Yeah, they're a dime a dozen, right?
Yeah. So then I get a phone call, or I should say an email first, and says, "Hi, I'm Eric Case. And I'm interested in, I seen your ad." I'm like, "What ad?" "Oh, wow." So I'm like,
that ad?
"Yeah." I'm like, "Whoa, okay." So I texted immediately, and I was like, "Hey, and I told him the whole story. I go, I forgot that ad was up there.
Yeah.
He just responded to it. We chatted on the phone for quite a while. And he came out to audition, and guy just blew me away. I'm like, "Where have you been hiding?" And the story came, well, he used to live here and he moved to Florida and then he moved back.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're back. Yeah, just a great guy.
Yeah. He's a guitar player?
Yeah, he's one of them. Yeah, he's just phenomenal. As well as, our other ones, Mike, he's just as awesome. And it's cool because they really bounce off each other. Eric is like a country, he's like a picker.
Yeah.
And Mike, he's like a rock heavier guitar player.
Right.
And they bounce off each other so well, and it was like, this is what I wanted her to have, because you want to have originality in what you're doing.
Sure.
Because everybody's doing the same thing anyway.
Right.
Let's try to be a little bit different. It's working.
Yeah. So how many originals do you have?
Right now
We can release.
that we can release, we can probably release, about 5.
Yeah.
5 that we can release. We're always working on new ones though.
Yeah.
So we have like a whole library full of halfway written songs that we just got to finish, but we got 5 that are pretty much ready to be released very soon.
Now you've obviously gone and recorded these. Where do you record it?
Well, we've recorded the ones that you've heard. One was in, Friend's Basement Pro Tools.
Right.
And half of the other of Gasoline and Whiskey was recorded at CRC downtown.
Oh, okay.
And then another Pro Tools. But I told her, though, it's all done now because we're going to release, an 8 to 10 song, EP.
Oh, yeah.
But I said I want to get in the studio live. None of this piecework,
Right.
I want to do this whole thing live. And everybody's totally in agreement with that.
Record everything live?
Yeah, just go right in and just everybody gets recorded at the same time. We're playing, and if you make a boo-boo, we'll go and punch in, whatever. But,
Yeah, right.
I'm sure you agree. I mean, it just gives a totally natural and real feel when you're doing that, There's nothing wrong with it. Pro Tools is great, but I think, it's just so perfect,
Too perfect.
We're not. I want everybody to experience what I do.
Yeah. Well, Pro Tools is great.
It's awesome.
Pro Tools, I mean, and you could punch stuff in. I mean, I remember back in the day, we'd all be singing around a microphone, and this guy's too far away, and this guy's too close, and we'd have to redo it, and then we'd have to do it 100 more times.
And you're burning tape.
Because you're because you're multiplying, you're malting it, and now you do it once, you get it, and you can take that piece and put it in, take it out of this one, copy and paste it, and it's all great,
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you 100% on that.
Right.
But if everybody goes in and as a band live and plays, and then take that same recording and go do it at home in your basement, play them back to yourself, and just listen to the difference and how different that is. And it's true. It's absolutely 100% true. Right. And it's just a matter of personal preference. What are you going for? What sound are you going for? What feel are you going for? Nothing wrong at all with Pro Tools. I think it's an awesome thing in the world. And it saves you a lot of money, really.
Right.
But,
yeah. And sometimes too.
Well, if you own all your equipment, I should put it that way, or know somebody. Yeah. But I just I want her to experience that too, to be in that professional, situation of a real recording studio.
So what are a couple of your favorites? Or are they all your favorites? I know you're going to tell me that they're all your favorites.
They are.
Yeah. But what's the one tune that you really like to bells out?
My favorite one at the moment, it's still Gasoline and Whiskey. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. What about a cover tune?
My favorite cover tune. We do so many. Now I got to think.
I just asked because some people, after we've talked to so many bands and stuff, they come out and they go, oh, well, I like this song because we just not rock. And the other guy goes, yeah, but what about this one? And so,
probably, I don't know if he's going to agree with this, but my favorite one to sing, probably because it challenges me the most vocally, is Here's to Us by Hailstorm.
Okay.
That one, I have a great vocal teacher, Tamara Anderson. She helped me change the way that I sing it, so it's a lot easier for me to control and hit those high notes. Because I don't know if y'all are familiar with Hailstorm.
No, not really, but I've heard the name. Yeah.
Oh, Lizzie Hale, wails. She hits these notes where I'm like, jaw hit the floor. So, and then when he's like, oh, okay, well, let's try doing this song. I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
You want me to do what? But she helped me out, and now I feel a lot more comfortable singing that song. So
you're still taking vocal lessons?
Yes.
Yeah. It helps keep your voice in shape, right?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. It helps. I even had to retrain myself how to breathe correctly. Right. Because breathe correctly, it's not going to come out correctly, and then you're going to hurt yourself.
Right. Right. Yes. Yeah. Very true. It's just like a muscle. It's just like working out. If you don't work it and work your vocal cords, then
exactly.
And the thing is, she had to learn, and she was taught through Tamara is, we do 2.5 hours plus straight through. Right. We don't stop. We don't do breaks. That's part of the whole thing. So she's got to have that endurance and stamina to do that. Right. And
it's tough singing for one person to sing all night long. Yeah.
And obviously, me growing up, I'm not real old yet, but in like the 80s and 90s, one of her favorite singers, and she'll contest to this, Jeff Tate from Queensryche. Right. And I told her, I go, she learned that it isn't a matter of, I like these singers because they sound cool. She learned why they were such good singers. And I go, watch how he sings. He's from the first song to the last one. And he was one of those singers that you can watch and be like, he's just as strong on the first one as he is on the last one.
Or maybe even stronger.
And and that's what she learned how to do, through, I helped. I don't have no crap about singing, but Tamara even told her, this is how you're going to have that strength and endurance, and taught her how to do that. We're tired after 2.5 hours. She's ready to keep going. And I'm like, this is awesome. But
she's a little younger than you are.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, I know. I used to have that stamina too, but what were you going to say something? I'm sorry.
No. I was going to comment about how old he is, but
So what's your favorite song to play, Barry? Since you said it was a little tough playing country, what
song challenges you?
Well, I like the. I do like some of the covers that we do that are more driving, that get high energy. I do like Gasoline and Whiskey, because obviously it's when we released it, we really liked it a lot, and it came out good, and I'm really
yeah, it did.
It's got a different feel to it, and nobody's really doing nothing like that in the way we're doing it. So obviously I'm going to like it. As far as even the covers, I like them all because we play them, but yet it's like I'm getting sick of them.
Yeah.
And it's just one of the necessary evils of, having an original band. You have to play these covers.
Well, yeah, when you play, especially if you're playing 2.5 hours, there's going to be a song or two in there that you might go, oh, geez, why are we playing this one?
Because the crowd likes it. And, you do want to make the crowd happy. That's why they're there for you. It's hard to keep an audience entertained on your own original music if they don't know it yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to do, even, your national acts, they're playing songs that they've written for other people, and they got to keep it's nobody's got, their entertainment values are way different now. I think, they get bored quick, the audience. So you got to keep them entertained.
Right.
So that's the way I look at it.
It's like the Rolling Stones been playing Satisfaction for 50 plus years.
But everybody wants to hear it.
Everyone wants to hear it. Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's understandable. You got to play it, right?
Mama said, why can't you be nice? Be a lady, make a man look twice. But I never could, that just ain't me. Gave it a shot, then I made it 3. My ex said you are such a bitch, but I couldn't help it, had to scratch that itch. Fidelity ain't for me. Gave it a shot, then I made it 3.
Give us your website and your Facebook and everything else again.
Okay, so my website is ashleyvictoriaband.com. All other social media platforms, I try to keep it all under the same name, so it's all Ashley Victoria Music. My Snapchat, though, is Ashley Sings 23, because Ashley Victoria Music is way too long.
Sings 23?
Ashley Sings 23, yeah.
Oh, okay. What's the 23 reference? Your age?
That's the day of my birthday.
Oh, okay. All right.
And where can people find you, Barry?
They can find me. They can find him in the same places.
I'm just tagging along, man.
Okay, I thought maybe you just had your own Facebook page and website and stuff.
No, I'm not. I sit in the background. I just take care of what I got to take care of. Let her do her thing. This is her deal.
Drumsticks at my head.
What's that?
Try not to throw drumsticks at my head.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, here we go, stage dead."
Now,
Not even close.
Do you guys work with a set list, or do you just somebody call them out? No?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a set list and we hit it. We try to keep playing, one after another. We'll play 4, 3, 4. We'll take a break for 2 seconds. Hello, how's everybody doing?
Right. That's the way to do it.
And then boom, hit them again.
That's old school rock and roll 101.
Right.
Because too many bands I've seen. I used to mix sound, and too many bands I've seen come out and they do one song, they stop. They do another thing, they stop. I go, guys, you got to roll them together.
Yeah.
You got to roll 2 or 3 together, and at least 3.
Right.
And then stop, say hello, how you doing, and then go on.
Right. I totally agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
It shows professionalism. It shows you know what you're doing. If you want to stop and tune your guitar between songs, that's fine, but not every one of them.
Right.
It's like, then you better take care of your equipment. I told her, it's just, if you're going to be a performer, be a performer. Anybody can go up on stage and sing a song and play around. Let's entertain people. And she does.
Yeah. Do you jump around or go crazy or what?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. What about talking between songs? Do you do all the talking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Because that's an art in itself.
Oh yeah. I that's why I'm kind of glad I started off in cover bands, because I got to get the feel of how people interact with the bands. So that helped me a lot, especially to think of things to say in between.
Right.
I kind of just go into La La Land and I'm like, okay, let's say this random thing and see how people react,
Sometimes you need to do that though.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's an art to it, because if some people I've just seen get up there and they just say the weirdest stuff, and they're just like way out there, you know?
And then you get crickets from the audience.
Yeah. Wait. Oh no, and that's it. No, come on. There they are.
There they are.
Of course, it's the purple one.
It's the purple one. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today. I mean, it was a lot of fun talking with you and learn about Ashley Victoria. We'll mix in some of your music in this, and thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
It'll be fun.
Thanks for making the long drive out here.
That whole 30-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's hell. Much appreciated, guys.
Thank you.
See you soon.
So that was Ashley, Victoria, and
Barry.
Who winds up being her dad.
Her dad.
Her manager.
Yep.
And what else does he do?
He's the manager, the drummer. That's right. He does that. Yeah. Actually, that's Barry doing that for us.
Yeah. Thank you, Barry. There you go. Okay. Enough, Barry. Enough. All right. Thanks.
You can go now, Barry.
No, it was fun talking with them and learning all about the Ashley Victoria Band.
The Ashley Victoria Experience.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's got some a lot of music coming out.
Her dad is very, very knowledgeable about music business, and he's been playing for quite some time, and steering her in the right direction. And one thing that he hasn't done is like gone out and really bragged about her.
Right.
He'd rather her show her own talents.
Yeah, she's learning on her own. She's really finding out what the music
Although I'm
world
sure
is
he
about.
knows she's very good.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I mean, she is very good. But he's letting her learn on her own. I mean, most people don't realize what it's like. They think it's just all fun and games. You go out there, you play. I'm in a band. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more than that.
Yes, it is. And he wanted her to experience all the highs and the lows of playing in a band before she had her own band. And so that's kind of what they've done, which is good because I've had a lot of. I mean, my mom thought I was the best.
Did she?
Yeah.
Nah, my mom said I was better though.
Yeah.
You better boy than that Paulie down the street.
Moms are that way, aren't they?
That's right. Don't play with that Paulie. He's no good for you.
But Dad here, he said he let her learn on her own, so it's good.
That's right. That's a great thing to do.
So thanks to the M&R Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
Or do you say Route 66?
I say Route.
Okay.
Unless I'm south of I-80, then I say Route.
Then you say Route?
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now I'm north of I-80.
That's right. We are. Just north of I-80.
In Joliet.
On Route 30.
And hopefully this place is coming together. It's looking really good here, people. You have to check it out before too long. Meanwhile, become a charter member. How do they do that?
They go to theroadtorock.org, which is the website for the Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66. And you can sign up to be a charter member.
Is it route or is it route?
I'm being politically correct. You've got your roots, you got your routes. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato,
Yeah, roots, speaking of roots are what comes with potatoes, right?
Potatoes are a root vegetable.
That's right. So
as well as rutabagas.
yes.
Which you could probably get south of 80.
That's why it's Route 66.
Maybe. Would it be a rutabaga or rutabaga?
I don't know.
South of 80, you can get them. There's a lot of farms down here.
Oh, yeah.
How do we get off on this?
I don't know.
I don't know. Sometimes it's just...
It happens.
Yeah, 70s were a rough time.
Were they?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, everybody. We'll see you next week with our next edition. Barry, will you knock it off? We've had
enough, Barry.
Enough,
Thanks.
dude. Thanks for doing it for us. We don't need it over and over again. So there's the door. See you, Barry.
Bye.
The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast does not own the rights to any of the music that's played on this podcast.
The music is used to promote the band or musicians that are interviewed.
Roll Chicago.